Hello and welcome back to Advent of Cyber. This is day 24, Exploitation with cURL, Hoperation Eggsploit. So the story for today is, according to blueteam intel, the wormhole is held open by a control panel on the Evil Bunny's web server. The team must shut it down first to cut off reinforcements before facing King Malware. However, the terminal they have is bare. No burp suite, no browser, just a command prompt. But that's fine. The team will use command line and curl to speak HTTP directly, send requests, read responses, and find the endpoints that shut the portal. Today's learning objective is understanding what HTTP requests and response are at a high level. Use curl to make basic requests using GET and view raw responses in the terminal. Send post requests with curl to submit data to endpoints. Work with cookies and sessions in curl to maintain log state across requests. Applications like our browsers communicate with servers using HTTP. Think of HTTP as the language for asking a server for resources and getting answers back. So if you want to access a website, your browser sends a HTTP request to the web server. If the request is valid, the server replies with the HTTP response that contains the data needed to display the website. In the absence of a browser, you can still speak HTTP directly from the command line. The simplest way is with curl. Curl is a command line tool for crafting HTTP requests and viewing raw responses. It's ideal when you need precision or when GUI tools aren't available. So it says once you have a tag box ready, open command prompt and run the command below. We're going to curl this IP. So let's hit exit. Reopen terminal. And there we go. It says, welcome to the curl practice server. Try sending a post request. So what happens after running the command is that curl sends a HTTP GET request for the site's homepage, an HTTP response received containing the body, which is then printed in the terminal. That's what we have here. So sending post request, suppose you found a login page whose post target is /post PHP. When you log in through a browser, it sends a post request to the server containing the credentials you entered. We can simulate this directly in the terminal. A normal login form submission might look like this. So we can try this here. And we get invalid credentials. So what's happening with that is xpost tells curl to use the post method. The D flag defines the data we're sending in the body of the request. The data will be sent in URL encoded format, which is the same as what HTML forms use. If the application expects additional fields like a login button or CSRF token, they can be included as well. And it says to view exactly what the server returns, including headers and potential redirects, you can use the I flag. If the site responds with a set cookie header, that's a good sign. It means you successfully logged in or at least triggered a session. All right, so we're going to try it with the curl command with the I flag and the D flag once more. So we get a 200 response. We get invalid credentials again, but this time we see the server, we see the date, and we see the content type. So using cookies and sessions, once you log in, web applications use cookies to keep your session active. When you make another request with your browser, the cookie gets sent automatically, but with curl, you need to handle it yourself. You can do this in 2 steps. So it says here, step 1 is save the cookies. So we're going to run this command. So we still get invalid credentials, but we can see the C flag option writes any cookies received from the server into a file, and it'll be at that cookies.txt file. If we do ls and then we do cat cookies, these are the cookies that came back with that last response. So step 2 is reuse the saved cookies. So if we do curl with the B flag, then we can use our cookies that we have. And it says, please log in first by posting this page. The B option tells curl to use the save cookies in the next request, just like a browser would. This is exactly how session replay testing works, by replaying valid cookies on separate requests. So now automating login and performing brute force using curl. Now that we can send post requests and manage sessions, it's time to automate things. Let's simulate a brute force attack using a weak login form. Start by creating a file called passwords.txt and place the following passwords inside it. So we're going to do nano passwords.txt, and then we're going to copy this. We're going to remove all of the extra lines, and we're going to save. I'm gonna exit. And now we have that file. We now have cookies.txt as well as passwords.txt. So it says now we're going to create a simple bash loop called loop.sh to try each password against bruteforce.php. So let's do it again. Nano loop. And we're going to copy this. And we're going to save and exit. So now we're going to add execute permissions to the script and then run it. So we're going to use chomod. And the +X just means that we can execute it. And we're going to run. And we can see here, password found, which was secret pass. Okay, so now that we know that that password is secret pass, let's go back. Now we know the password is secret. So let's try it. Okay, let's try it with this one. And now we can see it says welcome admin. So let's see. So now it says bypassing user agent check. Some applications block curl by checking the user agent header. For example, the server may reject requests with curl to specify a specific user agent. We can use the A flag. We can skip that. So the first question says make a post request to the post endpoint with the username admin and the password admin. What is the flag you receive? I believe we already did that. Okay, no, not that. So let's do. And then we're gonna do admin. And then here's our flag, THM, curl post success. Copy that. And now it says make a request to the cookie endpoint with the username admin and password admin and save the cookie. Reuse that saved cookie at the same endpoint. What is the same flag? So let's go back. We're gonna add the C flag for cookies, and we're gonna save it as flag. I'm gonna save it as flag cookie.txt. So it says login successful, cookie set. So if we cat, we can now see the results from that. So it now says reuse that same cookie. Okay, so we're gonna use the B flag instead of the C flag. Okay, so I did that wrong. So I got the cookie set. So I thought it would be a flag in the actual cookie, but I don't see it. Flag. It just didn't do anything. It's not responding. So maybe we just don't log in. Okay, there we go. So without logging in, now we can see the flag. So session cookie master. So the third question after doing the brute force on the brute force endpoint, what is the password of admin user? It was secret. So now it says make a request to the agent endpoint with the user agent TBFC. What is the flag you receive? So we're going to do curl, the I flag, A, TBFC, and then we're going to get the IP. Paste that. And there we go. We can now see the last flag. User agent bypassed. And it says bonus mission. We're gonna skip that for now. So it says battle commences, end of the road. I just completed admin of Cyber 2025. How likely? We'll give it a 10. And we are done. If you enjoy watching, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. And looks like we're done with cyber event.